Hello, boys and girls, to the Lone Brother podcast, where today my brother Jacob is out sick. So I have brought in another guest. We've had him before, my good friend Weston Martell. Luckily, we've had him to come in and replace Jacob for this week. We're gonna talk about some sports, most kind of NFL playoffs, maybe a little bit of NHL, and then Weston's thoughts about some things about the NFL draft that happened this last week. And then we're probably just gonna free ball from there. We're gonna go on ramble about some other random stuff or that I may interesting to some people or whatnot. I mean, I think it'd be interesting conversations. I feel like these are just kind of drunk combos you have with your friends, and I think that's what we're gonna have here. But Weston, I'd like to thank you for coming to join me to replace my sick brother today.
Yeah, no, the pleasure's mine. I mean, I had nothing else going on, and I guess I'm like a lowing brother too, so fuck it. So I'll hop on and yeah, keep you guys afloat for another week while Jacob recovers. So
yeah, for sure, for sure. I really appreciate it. But Wes, before the show happened, you didn't even tell me what it was. Going on about the NFL draft, you said you had some hot takes or some things that you saw on the internet or something that you maybe have seen, and I'm curious to know what that is because you seem pretty, intrigued by it or want to bring it up. So I'm going to give you the mic. Tell us what these NFL takes are that you had about the draft.
nothing that I saw. It's just a personal opinion, and it's an unpopular one as well. Drafts are boring when there's no like big quarterbacks. Like they're boring. Like obviously teams are building and like that's exciting. Like the Jets had a good draft, so it's like that's something for them to look forward to. Overall, I didn't even follow it on Twitter or anything. It was just boring. Like once Pickett was gone, it was just kind of like a joke, I thought. It was just boring. There's stud receivers, there's great players, but it's an unpopular opinion that drafts suck when there's not monster quarterback class. So I'll take the roast. Maybe I sound like a casual. I don't know.
I think you sound like a kid that was not born in the 1990s. Honestly, I
Facts.
I mean I understand what you're saying, I guess, but I enjoyed it more because there was no typical three quarterbacks being drafted in the first five picks of the draft, and I understand it's a quarterback lead. I mean, I ask you or as just some Joe Schmo average dude who knows just the basics of college football and teams and players. You ask about a quarterback, they'll be like, "Oh, I know these three guys because they're the top players in college football." But I name you like 8 of those top 10 players that got drafted. Just to some Joe Schmo, they're probably like, "I have no clue in the hell who those people are," because they're D linemen or offensive linemen or like this and that. So I mean, I get your point that you're saying, but that's why I enjoyed it more. Actually, I was actually pretty intrigued watching the draft and like I just kind of followed my phone and watched pick for pick to see, and then all the crazy trades that are happening. And honestly, I just don't think a lot of teams needed quarterbacks this year either. But I get your point.
I mean, it's definitely a casual take, like a casual. Like I follow football, but I don't follow college very much, so I don't know the who's who. Like I didn't know. I mean, I knew Georgia had a bunch of studs, but I didn't know it was that many. So it was. That's just my take. Draft's boring when there's no Joe Burrows and there's no Trevor Lawrences or Trey Lances. Kind of boring.
Trey Lance, what a bum, honestly.
No, that's a stud right there.
Yeah, I'm still hoping to the day when he starts and he just freaking takes a bust and just freaking. I don't even know. Sit and can watch from his TV, wishing that he wouldn't have failed as bad. Honestly, I don't know.
You're a hater. Yeah,
I am a hater.
You're an NDSU hater.
I am too. Well, that's what Jacob tweeted after the draft or something when the offensive lineman from UND got drafted. He's like, I can't wait to tweet every single time that this dude's in a snap, making fun of the NDSU guys because all their fans all the time. I swear to God, one person makes a play and I'm not saying like every fan, but like the try hard NDSU fans that I'm probably gonna get shit on for saying this on the podcast, but like the people that are posting every catch, every touchdown. Like it's just like, oh, like when Trey Lance in the preseason is like, oh my gosh, he threw like 3 touchdowns. And it's like, oh, he threw 30% and an interception, but yeah, he had one touchdown that he threw that was 70 yards. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But I don't know.
I
I
agree. I get it though, because it's like I don't like Bison fans either. I think they're kind of annoying, but it's because I don't follow them. So like, if I was a fan, I probably. But it reminds me of like Vikings fans I know are extremely annoying, but I don't pick up on that because I don't realize it because I'm a Vikings fan. So
yeah.
it's kind of like that. That's how I am with NDSU. Like I don't hate the players, but the fans kind of kill it.
I know, and I was just born into this role to hate NDSU. Clearly, if I was an NDSU fan, I'd be on the opposite spectrum. I'd be like, "Oh, you guys are just salty that we've had all these championships and all these
All
draft
these
picks." And
rings, my boy.
I'd be completely saying the same thing to everybody. And if I was arguing with me, like if you were an NDSU fan, a big one, and talking to me like, "You're just upset, Jared, because we have all these rings and stuff," and the fans bothered because we're good. And
Or
I'd
the other
probably
way
say,
around if UND was actually good.
"Oh yeah, true." I'd probably be like up in people's faces about it, be like, "8 rings, baby, 8 rings!" Like, what's that noise I can't hear after all the clanking on my fingers here? No, I'd probably be the exact same way. Not gonna lie, my only comeback to NDSU is that they don't have a hockey team, and so we got more national championships than them. But clearly, you don't have a program, and that you're not gonna win national championships.
Facts.
But but anyways, terrible take. Thank you for giving it though.
Hey, I'm glad to give it. Yeah, of course. I knew it was an unpopular opinion, but it's like I said, it's just casual opinion. I don't watch college football.
I feel like if you ask a handful of people, they'd say the same thing. Like I said,
Most people
like
probably say that, to be honest. Like most people that don't follow college would probably think it was a boring draft. You also have to understand I'm a Vikings fan, so it's every year we're trading back and then getting a couple nobodies. So
oh, that's definitely what
although
it
we
was.
got Jefferson, that was one of the best lands in the draft they've ever had, I swear to God. But I never expect to watch the draft or enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. In the top 10 picks, I probably know who most the people are, actually, if not all of them. But once you get halfway through the first round, I start like not recognizing some names and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. You got any more hot takes for us for NFL, or is that the one you got for us?
No, I feel like it's been kind of a weird off season. I don't know. Just been weird, like more different. I don't know what it is.
No, definitely. I mean, everyone's getting traded, and wide receivers want to get paid, and it's definitely been interesting. The NFL is going to look a lot different next year than it did this last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, like Deshaun with the Browns, like Baker is not going to be there first day. No way in hell.
Well, they got to find someone that will take them.
Yeah, that. Then the Russ deal. I mean, Brady being back. Like, not that because we're not used to not seeing him, but like that was still a weird thing. I don't know. Just some weird things going on.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a shot at Jakey G because we did invite him on the show. I just got a text from him like 5 minutes ago, said that he could hop on, but a little too late for that now.
Could bring him on. It ain't never too late.
Oh, I can send him an invite. We can hop him on here, bring him in mid convo. But what's another thing that's I clearly talked about the NFL last week. Let's go to a different sport that deals with a puck and a stick instead, because we got the NHL playoffs happening this week, or the start of this week. We got the Penguins game last night that went to triple overtime. I mean, I know apparently you said you've placed some bets. I got some bets going on right now that I'm actually still following. Just kind of rolling with it right now at this point. But I mean, I haven't really watched much or know who. I know who kind of won, but have you been following anything or have anything about the NHL playoffs that have happened these last clearly couple days?
Yeah, I mean, judging, I do not watch hockey, so again, I'm gonna sound like an absolute idiot. Avalanche looked disgusting. They made the Predators look like a freaking like high school team. But yeah, like I said, I don't watch much hockey, so it's kind of weird following something that you don't know anything about, but it's been mad entertaining. And the only reason I'm watching it is because I've been placing bets on them and I've been doing well. So it's like I'm gonna keep watching. Like I've been watching baseball too. Don't watch that. But from what I've seen, it's crazy the level these dudes play at. Like how fast they are, how well they handle the puck. Like there's times where you can see you can actually see teamwork, like what they're trying to do, like the way they're passing, the way they're moving. You can't pick that up when you watch certain college teams or when you watch like the Minotauros here in Minot. Like you don't pick up on that stuff. So watching them play, it's been pretty fun. I mainly followed the Jets and the Wild, but I did have money on the Avalanche last night, so I watched that. But it's fun. I watched the Penguins game last night. That was sick. That was so sick.
I
watched the
just
whole
kept
thing.
Well, I don't know what happened. On Twitter I saw all these like pictures and stuff. It was like the refs changed uniforms in between intermissions, and it was like just like them wearing Penguins jerseys or something like that. I don't know if there was a bad call. I haven't seen anything, but I just saw a bunch of tweets that yesterday. They're just like, oh, the refs changed their uniforms at halftime, or at not halftime, but in between intermission here, and it's literally just Penguins. I don't know if a goal got taken away or like a goal happened and then it was a bad call. They said it was a goal. I mean, that's would be my only assumption when it came to NHL, but
I actually don't know because I started watching after there was a game before it that I had money on. I can't remember what it was. I started watching at the end of the third, and then it went triple overtime. So something could have happened before then. I have no idea. But it was, like I said, I got my Wild shirt on right now. That was actually an accident, or it was a coincidence. Because I do got, what do I have on them tonight?
Well, right now I have their forward Kirill
Kaprizov.
Yeah, whatever. He has to get 4 shots. He has to get 4 shots on goal for me tonight. So
he will. He's probably their best player.
I mean, from what I've seen in his past games, he shoots quite a bit. So I thought 4. I was like, this has to be a for sure thing here.
The only reason I know who he is because there's so many people coming into the shop all the time looking for his stuff. And this was before the year too, before he popped off. This was last year.
And to be honest, right now, I don't even really care because the thing is, I'm a Boston Bruins fan.
Who just joined, Jake?
Yeah, Jake G. He's hopping on for us. I don't know if you can hear us yet or not. You'll have to send me a text and I can bring him. All right, our other guest for today, Jake Gilbert, joins the party halfway, not halfway, a quarter into the podcast. We bring him in here. Jakey G, thank you for joining us. We're just talking about the NHL. Probably gonna wrap up, and we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs here pretty soon.
Go Kraken!
Go Kraken!
Are they in the playoffs? I don't think.
Fuck no, they suck.
Hey, fuck you suck. I mean, screw you.
The Kraken are buns, bro.
I don't think they have. I don't think they're very good this year.
Yeah,
but,
no, they're not.
Sure.
But honestly, like I said, the Boston Bruins are my only team in the NHL. I used to be a Red Wings fan, but I was the kind of bandwagon when they went like 20 years like straight in the playoffs and like we were winning championships. But honestly, I didn't even know the Bruins were in the playoffs until today when I placed some bets on NHL. I was like, oh crap, my team's in the playoffs. I don't know how good they are for like a 1 seed or whatnot, but I mean they're losing to the Hurricanes. Going to be probably 2-0 after tonight because they're down 4-1 right now. So,
I need to establish an NHL team to root for.
Bruins, come over.
No.
Just convert to Boston, everything like I makes everything so much easier.
No. I don't want to root for like the Maple Leafs because Austin Matthews is cool. He's pretty good. I don't know. The Jets, they won me a lot of money the other day, so I kind of want to root for them. I really don't care, but honest to God, watching it's been kind of fun.
Yes, I haven't watched a second. Probably the only way I will watch is if the Bruins are in the Stanley Cup, which I don't think they are going to be. Honestly, when they were in the Stanley Cup a couple of years ago, like a couple of times, I never watched them. Like the one time, literally, no joke, they were in the conference finals to get into NHL, into the championship, 1 game away from winning. And I didn't even know it was the NHL playoffs. Swear to God, like that's how bad. Like I just do not follow it. Like it's kind of crazy, but I think we can talk about maybe something we actually know what we're talking about, which would be the NBA playoffs that are happening rather than us rambling about. Honestly, I think that was more about us just betting on NHL than anything.
This is not legal gambling advice. If you have a gambling problem, don't talk to us.
Yeah, I definitely would not listen to us. I may or may not have a slight problem. Probably not, but tend to. It was like Jakey G last night. The other time we were playing, you were there, Jakey. We were playing Call of Duty, and I was like, I don't have a gambling problem because I keep winning, and you guys just like burst out laughing like Jared.
Oh yeah, I do.
Just because you win doesn't mean you don't have a problem. And I'm just like, well, I mean, if you're winning, I feel like you're just good at it, not have a problem. But
You can't be good at gambling. It's physically impossible.
not just professional sports gamblers out there, but
Oh, I have a handicapper that's like a pro like better. He's been giving me all my bets. Well, the last couple days, I've actually been winning since he's been doing that. So it's nice.
But well, boys, we have the NBA playoffs here, and we have a couple matchups. Like I said, Bucks Celtics are tied up now. Warriors Grizzlies tied up after last night too. The Grizzlies Warriors looks like it's going to be a fun kind of ground and pound series here with, I don't know, Draymond kicking people and getting ejected and
Catching elbows.
Desmond Bane taking out players. Like it's gonna look like it's gonna be a physical match. But I think the only thing I want to say here is that I think the Celtics are gonna win in 5. They're gonna be done in 5. The Bucks are done now. They're done. The Celtics figured their stuff out. It's over. It's over, boys.
Yeah, Bucks in 5.
Bucks.
I could see Bucks in 5 before I could see Celtics in 5. 100%.
Chris Middleton's not playing.
Yeah, but Giannis is. At any given point, he can make any Celtics player look like his bitch. Any given point.
That first game, Jason Tatum worked his ass off that one defensive possession I saw. But the caption was, Jason Tatum needs to realize he's not guarding KD anymore, and Giannis fucking just ate his lunch. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Took
it's still
his
gonna be a
lunch
good
money.
series.
I think it's gonna be a good series as well.
I think it's gonna go 7. There's no way someone gets it done in 5 or 6.
At max, it's 6, and it's Celtics still. Easily. I'm not even saying. I'll put $100 on it right now. The Celtics are going to win this year. If the Bucks had Chris Middleton, I would be sitting here like the Bucks have a chance, I suppose.
This man
Chris
says he
Middleton
doesn't
is
have a
out.
gambling problem, ladies and gentlemen.
Do it right now. Put $100 on them.
I can't. I don't have nothing to do with it. I can only bet on players right now. I don't got no bookie. Well, I could bet on Giannis not scoring. Actually, I'd probably bet on him scoring.
Well,
I'm
that,
just saying.
Playoffs have been pretty entertaining. I mean, I don't know if you follow. I don't watch every single night. I try to as much as I can, but games have been good. I mean, they're decent matchups, and honestly, I wish Embiid wasn't an idiot, and I wish Doc Rivers wasn't an idiot, because I feel like we would have had a decent series with Philly and Miami. I just don't see a way that Philly wins it with Joel Embiid being out first couple of games. There's no way.
I'm watching that game right now, actually, and they're talking about they need to get back to Philly so Joel Embiid can get reevaluated for the rest of the series.
It's so dumb, man.
The Heat are up 11 right now.
What were they even up that night? And why was he still playing? Like, why? Not that he deserved to get hurt, but you have that coming. Like, you don't need to be in there. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly, I hate Joel Embiid. I do not like the Sixers because honestly, they're kind of. Yeah, you say Boston Lakers. That hasn't been. I feel like that hasn't been a thing since the Big Three were in Boston. Like, I don't think there's really much of a rivalry there anymore. If you ask me, at least, like, it doesn't feel like there's one.
Nah, there's not.
Like, ever since when the Big Three and Kobe are playing against each other, oh man, I tell you that was fun to watch when I was in elementary school.
You mean the Big Three versus Kobe?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they had Paul Gasol.
They had Paul Gasol. You're right.
Derek Fisher.
They had some boys on their team. Yeah, clearly Kobe's the dude.
Derek Fisher was not a boy.
He was nice with it.
He's a good role player.
He is a role player. I'll give you that.
Hey, we gotta have a couple role players, you know.
Well, boys, I'm gonna ask you this though. So Jacob and I have given our opinion on who. Okay, we're not gonna say championship right now, or maybe you want to go step by step. I really don't care how you do it, but Weston or Jake, I don't care who goes first at all. Who's gonna be in the conference finals and who's gonna be in the finals?
Go ahead, Jake. I know. I've already had this conversation. Like
Conference
5 times.
finals, I'm going Western Conference. I am going the Suns and the Grizzlies.
Oh,
I'm taking the Grizzlies. Dude, Ja Morant's a dude. He's been that man. And for the East Conference, I'm going Heat versus Celtics. And
that boy.
the championship, I really want to see the Suns go. But depends if Scott Foster refs CP3 in a game 7, 0 and 14. 0 and 14. But
Bro, I genuinely think that's the most dumb freaking thing ever.
And I think the Celtics can beat the Heat. And I will see the Suns and the Celtics in the championship for the NBA. I want Ja Morant to beat the Suns, but Chris Paul's been my dude since I was probably.
That dude is balling out in the playoffs this year. Like he has been unreal. Like that one game we talked last week. Last week when Chris Paul, he didn't miss a shot in the playoffs. He didn't miss one damn shot.
No.
Like that, and that is absolutely like crazy that like he sat there and just balled out like that. Like I couldn't believe it. I'm glad you're smart enough. You have the same thing that I had in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference. See, last week I had the Warriors. I had Warriors, Celtics, and then I didn't really know who I wanted to take there. But Swaggos, what do you got there, buddy?
Well, Jake was on a good start, but he kind of pissed it away. I've got
this man.
So for the East, I gotta go with the Bucks and Heat. Okay, I think sorry, I'm eating right now. I think for sure the Bucks. I don't know why. I think Bucks win it in 7. Don't know why. I think eventually once Giannis gets going a little bit, if Middleton were to come back, I don't think the Celtics have a chance. If those two are there and healthy, so if Middleton gets back in say 5 and he's healthy, I think that's it for the East. So that's what I have for the conference finals.
I'm gonna interrupt you very quick. From last thing I saw, Middleton's not expected to come back till at the earliest the conference finals, and he might not even be back for the conference finals. So from the last thing I saw, I don't really know if that's.
I'm still taking Bucks. I'm taking Bucks and I'm taking Heat conference finals. Okay, in the West, I've got to go with the Suns and Warriors.
Oh.
What did you have again? You had the Grizzlies?
I had the Grizzlies. I think Ja Morant. I just want to see the Grizzlies beat the Warriors because they're such a young team. I don't know. I don't know if they can do it, but I believe they can.
Yeah, I mean that one, if it went either way, I wouldn't really care. I don't think the Mavericks have a chance. I think that shit's over. Like, they're not beating the Suns. It's not happening. Luke would have to average a 50-point triple-double. Or someone has to step up. They don't have, like, that second dude. Like, Jalen Brunson's a good player. Dinwiddie's a good player. And then even what's-his-nuts, Kleber had a nice game the other night. Like, they need everyone.
What about Boban?
No. Has he played yet? I don't think I've seen him.
I think he played one game of it.
Oh, my God. The Warriors and Grizzlies. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If I had to pick one team to win it all, I would go Warriors. I don't know why. I love Steph, bro. Like, I know they're hated and all that, and it kind of got old seeing them win, but I love Steph.
Well, they got Jordan Poole, who's coming up, who's a dude. Like, they got another young guy under like that young. I think it's like you don't talk about him. Last year, I think he was kind of developing his role, but Andrew Wiggins, I think, has kind of developed into his role with the Warriors. I mean, like when he was with the T-Wolves, I think he tried to be that dude. I think he's realized. I mean, he can take over at any point, but I think he's kind of realizing what his role is with the Warriors. Like, he's not going to be the.
At any given point, he can go for 30, but when you're expected to do it versus when you just do it when it's available is different. In Minnesota, he would have needed to do that for them to be decent. But I mean, now with the Warriors, Steph's having an off night or Clay's having an off night. Wiggins just gets to chill, shoot corner threes, drive to the basket when he gets the ball. Like, imagine having it that easy. And then now, yeah, you're right. Jordan Poole, diamond in the rough out of nowhere, is just an absolute stud. They're scary, man.
What do you mean diamond in the rough? He balled out when he was in college.
Yeah, but he went pretty late, though. Ball out in college, and they come to the NBA and like turn out to be busts and stuff. I feel like every dude that gets drafted probably eventually like balled out in college, but
Tell me why Zion being the biggest bust of all time would be hilarious.
He's not.
It would be funny.
And the thing is, if he becomes a bust, I don't think it's because he's going to be a bad player. It's just because he keeps getting injured and never plays, like, which is a little different.
Yeah, I think physically he's too big, too athletic to ever be a bad player, but my guy got to figure it out, bro.
I'm sure you guys have had this conversation with our old history teacher, Mangold, but the human body is not physically meant to play sports. It's not physically built for sports. And Zion looked like he was made in a fucking lab.
Well, it looks like was built in a lab, but apparently not good enough because he gets injured constantly. Actually, did you see that Ben Simmons is getting surgery on his back now, and he's gonna be out for 4 months?
Ooh,
who's that,
bro?
Ben Simmons. He today came out that he's. Well, I know whatever we know. I don't care about Ben Simmons either, but it's interesting. He hasn't played a game now. He's getting surgery at the end of the year here, and now he's probably not expected to probably play the first couple months or whatnot. So, or probably month of the NBA.
He's a baby.
What'd you guys think of the? Oh, keep going, Weston.
Just let me go on a quick little rant.
Go
Ben
for it.
Simmons, I feel like his problem is he's scared to play or something. And I feel like if he does have mental health problems, it's a result of any physical problems from the basketball. Or like, I feel like if he has mental health problems, it's his own fault from what he's done on the court and off the court and how he's handled these situations. So if he has mental health problems, I would want him to get help and not, suffer. But it's self-inflicted. It's got to be. It has to be. Anyways, it just makes me mad. It makes me so mad talking about that dude.
Yeah, I think I had no problem with him until this season, honestly. Like in the playoffs and they blamed everything on Ben Simmons. I was just like yeah, I know he missed some big shots, couldn't hit whatever, do this and that, but it's like I don't think like he like necessarily was the issue. Honestly, it was this season that happened where he sat out from the Sixers, then showed up to the Nets, never played, sounded like he was going to return, doesn't return, and now he's getting surgery and it's not going to play for another like 4 months, which is just whack to me. But I don't know, that I only have started a problem with him until this year. Hopefully he comes back and actually does something because honestly the Nets are going to need him.
I don't know if I sent you guys this, but I saw something, an interview from not with Ben Simmons, but it was with all his past coaches and shit. But he's not a very well-liked person in the locker room. People say he's toxic. That's why he never went back to play with the Australian Bombers. And LSU, he was super, not disattached, but like not involved with his LSU team. And nobody liked him. That's why everyone thought he was going to fall in the draft, because coaches would tell them that he isn't super involved with the team and shit like that.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what the hell happens in there.
Stephen A says some dumb stuff, dumb stuff all the time. But he said this, and it kind of like, I think it was him that said it anyways. Okay, I'm not going to say he said it. I heard someone say, I don't want to false quote anyone, that he quit on LSU by, I guess, like, I don't remember this, but I guess he like sat like some games out or something, and then like didn't get them to the tournament and was being a baby, and then left after not making it to the tournament. So I'm like, I don't remember what his point was at LSU. Went to Philly, quit on them, went to Brooklyn, and now he's quit on them. It's like, his character has not looked great his first couple of years of his career, but there's no doubt he's phenomenal.
I think he just needs to find his place, honestly. And I don't know if that's the Nets. I mean, I thought that was a great trade originally, but I think he's just trying to find his place. And I know we all talk about his injuries. We clearly don't know. I just crapped on him about his injuries and stuff like that. But you never know. Maybe it is a problem. I'd be worrying about my health too, especially as a professional athlete. Like, I'd rather get the surgery and be healthy than, But I understand what you're saying, JKG, with the locker room and that he's kind of been liability for a lot of teams here. But when he's out there, yeah, he can't shoot a jump shot. But besides that, he plays D. He can pass, a good playmaker, and can get to the basket. Great playmaker, can get to the basket. Besides that, yeah, he has nothing else going for him. But honestly, like a team like the Nets, he doesn't have to do that.
True.
He just has to be a playmaker when he's got Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah, imagine next year when that team's got KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, and Seth Curry. That's who he gets to kick the ball out to. Joe Harris, scary. Yes, the best shooter in the league, Joe Harris. That's who that guy gets to pass the ball to. Like if he can just get healthy, come back, he doesn't need. No one's saying he's got to shoot 35% from 3, but just be available.
Yeah, I feel that. But let the fact be known that when the playoffs go about and everything I predicted last week and today are right, I'm gonna throw it right in you guys' faces. Because Celtics in 5.
That's only fair, I guess.
Celtics in 5. We all know it. That's it's my last thing I'm going to say here. Celtics in 5. Then against the Heat, I'm going to say Celtics in 7. Right here, right now.
I have a question for you guys. I'm not going to ask your answer on the topic. I want your thoughts on the fact that the topic is being discussed. Okay, I don't want how you feel about it, but just so. The whole abortion shit that's going on right now?
Oh
it's
my
really
God.
annoying. Like, really annoying hearing about it. Like, are you guys annoyed like I am? Like, I'm just tired of hearing about it. Like, I really don't give a shit what side of the fence you're on. Because why is this a thing? Why is everyone talking about this? Like, was there something that I missed? Like, was a law passed or something? Like,
a Supreme Court case there, brother.
Which one?
Roe versus Wade.
I thought that was old.
It is old.
It was old.
Why are they talking about it?
Because the Supreme Court overturned the abortion rights from that Supreme Court case. So that's the big deal. Like, is that the Supreme Court overturned the ruling that they made on that case from so long ago, which involves abortion, and that's why it's getting talked about right now.
See, I didn't know that. I have not kept up. But it's so annoying, bro. Like, number one, I'll just say my stance. All right, I'm not going to say how I feel about abortion. I'm going to say this. I don't care what anyone does with their body. And to even add on to that, I don't care what anyone feels about what people do with their body. So I don't care about what you guys feel about it. I don't care about any of that. So it's so sickening, dude. I'm tired of going on social media and hearing about it.
Honestly, I mean, I have. It's been up there, and like a lot of stuff's been posted about it. I just kind of ignore it. Like, I've been pissed that I've seen it. Like, I kind of seen people's opinions and stuff about it. I kind of look at it, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I just kind of keep scrolling by it because I really don't. Honestly, social media, if I see something that I don't care about, I just keep scrolling. I don't ever stop. It doesn't piss me off. It keeps popping up. Like, if I saw some like weird ass, like, Little Nas kissing a dude constantly on my Twitter feed popping up. Yeah, I think I get a little annoyed by that. But I don't know, this abortion stuff, I could just, keep scrolling through.
It's just so sickening. Like I said, it's not irritating because of my feelings on it. I really don't care, but it's not even just that. It's anything like this that pops up that's just huge, like a big debate. I cannot stand it. It's reminiscent of the Will Smith and Chris Rock stuff. Like, that got so old. I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That one did kind of get a little old with Will Smith.
It wasn't even funny to begin with. It was just like, it seemed fake from the start, so I didn't care.
I didn't care about that. I just cared about the memes that came after it, of like all the stuff of like people slapping and like, or like it'd be like mid slap and like Will Smith's hand would be like a word, and then like Chris Rock's face would be another word. Like, I just like seeing the memes about that. I thought that was pretty funny to see, honestly. But yeah, honestly, this whole abortion thing, I really have no opinion about. I'm not going to speak. I will never, I swear on a podcast, speak my opinion about politics, because I don't need people coming up to me about politics. You can come talk to me about why you think Michael Jordan's better than LeBron James or vice versa. But I give my political opinion, people get butt hurt, and I'm like, I don't really.
That's not why I brought it up. That's why I said I don't want you to tell me how you feel about it. I just want to know if I was being weird by thinking it's annoying. I was getting so tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, I haven't really thought much about it. But, okay, first of all, I'd like to just state the fact, JKG, no, I cannot see you right now.
Dude, I've tried everything. It's just not working. I don't know.
Interesting. I'd
Never
like
mind.
JKG, I got a question for you. Okay, we're kind of sorry for the sports podcast. If you're listening for the sports podcast, it's done. We're kind of just rambling now at this point. Okay, so JKG, Wes and I had this conversation together about a couple of weeks ago, and it's just kind of an interesting question.
Oh, what's
And
it
the
gonna work? Yeah.
The question is, JKG, if you had $100 billion, $100 billion, like that, you could buy about anything with that.
That's
With
a
a
lot.
B.
That's a lot
With
of
a B.
numbers.
Or $999 billion. What's the first thing you are going to buy? The first thing. It can't be like, I'm going to buy this and this. Like, just the very first thing that comes to your head. What are you going to buy?
Like pay off my credit card debt.
Okay. We had to add this. Yep. I said
So
about
it's
this.
like legitimate thing. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yes.
Purchase. I don't want to hear that you're paying off stuff for family or do purchase.
Come
What are you
on.
buying?
the F-250 Platinum Power Stroke.
Oh. What?
I mean,
That-
I don't hate it. It's just funny.
That's
Like
the
what else?
first thing
What
you
else
should
do I need to buy, dude?
I'm probably getting like. No, I mean that's not bad. I would eventually get a nice truck too. Yeah, I'm probably getting a Raptor, but
Like I'm not gonna go out and buy a fucking airplane or a helicopter. Like I can't fucking fly it, you know?
Well,
I'm not gonna pay someone to buy it with all that fucking money. I'm gonna keep that.
JKG, if you told me your first thing you're going to buy is a Subaru Outback, 100% I would agree with you.
Stop.
Anything else, brother? No. What's you
Yes.
looking at me weird like that? I told JKG that the vehicle I want right now, if I could buy a new vehicle right now, it would be a Subaru Outback.
you're telling me the first thing you'd buy is a brand new Subaru Outback.
No, I'm just saying if I was
No,
buying a
he's
car
saying
right now.
if he were to buy a new car like right now at fucking 8:46 p.m. Wednesday, May 4th, 2022, it would be a Subaru Outback.
Okay.
Not with his fucking $999 billion.
No, see, my $999 billion, my first purchase would be I'd find the nicest house there and the place I want to live, and I'd buy it. That'd be my first purchase. Would be the house.
I'm probably. Honestly, God, I've always said this. Like for as long as I can remember, if I ever like got rich, or like if I knew it was coming, like if I knew like in 1 month you're getting 100 billion, I'd probably once I get the money like go stay at like a resort somewhere, like not like to bathe in and be all happy, like just to go sit in a dark hotel room and think. You just think about life. Like what am I gonna do with my money? What am I gonna do with my life? Like I would just, because I'd be the type I'd just go into like every store that like a designer mall and just blow cash. I need to think it out. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I'm getting dripped out. We're getting a Rolly. We're getting a Richard Millie and some diamond chains and shit. But
Do you have an Apple Watch, Weston?
no,
Do you have a
No.
normal watch?
I do.
Do you ever wear it?
Mhm.
Do you actually use it to check time?
Yeah.
No, you don't. That's
No, I
what-
swear to God.
I don't
started
know.
wearing it.
That's all I use my Apple Watch for. I forgot my Apple Watch today in school for the first half of the day, and literally like every like 5 minutes, I like turn my wrist to like look at my watch. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have
The
it on
only
there.
time I do it is when I'm out in public, so I have to reach in my pocket to check the time. Like reach and grab my phone. So if I have a watch on, it's easier just to look.
Yeah, I pretty much just use my watch to check time as well, unless me and Jared are on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, boys. Okay, we say first purchase. I think the first thing I'm doing though, no shit. I'm going to Vegas and I'm spending like 2 weeks there, and I'm just going absolutely crazy. Like I might lose half my money in just 1 week or 2 weeks in Vegas. I swear, I'm just gonna go there and just start putting money down on like everything that like I'll just get absolutely hammered. Just sit at the bars and the casinos and just keep betting and bet. Oh my gosh, dude! If I had
This
that
man
much money,
claims he does not have an addiction.
Jared, you
It's
have
sports betting,
more
JPG.
money than you know what to do with. You'll never spend it. And you're going to go bet for more?
You're damn right. I'm gonna make that 100 billion into $200 billion. I'm
No,
just
you're
gonna
not.
I'm just gonna keep doubling my money.
You will get kicked out or
gambling
audited before that happens.
gambling is so fun. I'd go to Vegas. I don't care if I'm just absolutely rich. You tell me if you're absolutely rich, you still wouldn't want to gamble.
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, but I would do something like I have a limit. I'm gonna go in with $10,000. I'm not gonna go in with fucking 100,000.
Like right now, I don't gamble because winning the money is fun, but I gamble more. It's just fun to like bet on something that pay attention to and like constantly. Like I'm still checking my phone right now to see how my games are going right now. But it's just fun. It gets like when I lose money at the blackjack table, I think to myself, it's like that was a fun time. Yes, I'm out of money, and that kind of upsets me, but I had fun doing it.
You're a capper. When I lose money, I'm like suicidal for like a day. Yeah, I don't know. Where would you guys live? Like if or obviously you can have tons of
fucking
houses,
God's country, Rollin, North Dakota.
Yeah, I'm buying Rolla. I'm kicking everybody out of there if I'm not rich.
You don't want to buy that town. Come on.
The hell? Well, buy Rolla. You basically just gotta buy the Monroes. Then that town's yours.
I'm buying Monroe's, putting a sign that says Martell's on it, and then vacating it.
Monroe Street will now be Martell Street.
I'm buying
every Monroe apartment now Martell Apartments.
And I'm kicking their ass out too. No one's even living in them. They're just mine. That reminds me of the story. I gotta tell the story real quick. I was working at Monroe's one time. I can't remember who the guy was. Someone was driving a forklift where it was freight day, so there's freight containers coming off like semi trucks. And the new guy that started that day was a kid. He was like young, and he was driving the forklift, and he didn't even know how to do it. But the guys in the lumberyard made him drive it, and he had a giant freight container, and it started to slip off the forks. And it like slipped onto the ground. It was like a big, huge thing. And me and Grant were standing there, and it almost fell on us. And I looked over at Grant, and I told him, I said, he said something like, "What would you have done if that would have hit us?" And I said something like, "We see that black Silverado out there?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was his dad's truck." I was like, "That'd be my truck." And I was like, "You see that big king size bed in your parents' room?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "That'd be my bed." And I was like, "You see the store right here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "This would be Martell's Ace Hardware, not Monroe's." And he was like, lawsuit. "You wouldn't sue my parents." I'm like, "You're goddamn right, I'd sue your parents." I was like, "For everything they're worth." Like I have a big cabin at Upsilon and everything. I didn't know Grant would remember that, but we were laughing so hard when I was saying that. But wow, no. Dude. Jake, where'd you actually move?
Shit, man. I'd have to say somewhere in the mountains, I think. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or somewhere in Colorado.
Oh, you have a specific name even.
Dude, Coeur d'Alene is like one of the prettiest cities in the U.S., man.
Yeah, see, I said I would definitely. I don't know. I think Colorado, honestly, like I said. But that's the thing. I think Wes and I talked about this when we discussed this too. But like, we in North Dakota we see nothing, and then we just everyone. I'm the same way, Jake. It's like I just want to be somewhere in the mountains. But people say when they move to Colorado, stuff like once you see the mountains every single day, it's just like, oh look, mountains. Like, I mean, it's definitely better to look at than just flat plains and like absolutely nothingness. But
that's how I am when I go to Arizona every year. Like the first 2 days you're there, because Phoenix is just surrounded by mountains. Jared, you know that, or if you've been there, you know that. It's just it's like a big like canyon. Yeah. The first like 2 days you're there, you're like, oh my god, it's breathtaking. But then like once I'm there for like a week or a little bit longer, you get so used to it, you don't even see it anymore. Just what you see when you walk outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what
so. On that, I'm buying a bougie ass mansion in Scottsdale. That's gonna be one because I need to be able to golf in the wintertime. So we're going Scottsdale. I'm probably buying a ranch in Texas. Like just a decent, like not like ranch to where like we have. I mean, I probably have some horses, but more or less so I could have like a big property to do what I want.
Guy
Shoot
watches
guns.
Guy watches Yellowstone once and
I
thinks he
was
needs to be a
just gonna say
rancher.
that.
Ride some. No, I want to be able to like shoot guns in my backyard and drive 4-wheelers and do whatever I want.
Why don't you just move back to Rolla then? Like I said.
I don't want to shoot myself. I said I want to shoot guns.
Gotcha.
I'm not moving to Rolla. Only way I'd move to Rolla is if I could literally knock down like 80% of the town and start over.
Listen, I don't know why. So a student asked me a question that you said like I'd shoot myself rather. I didn't say shoot myself, whatever. One of my students today in class actually today asked me this, and I don't know why I made me think this, brought it up, but like this. But a student asked me, and she said, she's like, when you died, if you could be remembered for one thing, and everything else about you gets forgotten, like, but there's one, and it could be something that's not about you. Like you could be like, I want people to remember me for being famous. I want people to remember me for having a freaking 10-inch schlong or something. Like you get one thing for people to remember you by. I was stumped.
I got it, bro. I already know.
If there's one thing that there's, like I said, nothing else. When people say Weston Martell, it's just one thing, and they don't remember anything else about you. Like not one thing, your personality or anything, just one thing. What's the one thing?
I know it.
What
when
is it?
I die, if I could draw this up, I swear to God, I'd be the great. I'd be able to rest peacefully. At my funeral, I would want like 3 dudes in black suits, like Italian dudes. 3 dudes in black suits with like sunglasses to walk up to my casket or whatever I'm in, to tap on it and be like, "Rest easy, boss," and then walk out. No one ever sees him again. Just some like Italian mafia type dudes. And then my family has no idea. That's what I would want, bro.
It'd be the one thing. Like so, your family doesn't remember anything
Absolutely.
about you, but they remember these
Absolutely.
3 Italian guys walking up to your casket saying,
Rest easy,
Goodbye.
boss.
"Rest easy,
Something like
boss,"
that.
and walks away.
Bro,
That's
if I could have
one-
one thing, it would be that.
Oh,
That's what I want to be remembered.
I can't.
They'd think I was like a mafia boss or something.
I was not expecting that to be your answer.
It's almost like, bro, the funny part is people might think that we planned that. I did not know you were going to ask that, but that's always been my thing. It'd be the funniest thing ever.
What the hell? Jakey G, I mean, I hope yours is not as messed up as that one.
Don't even have one.
Don't even have one. You can't tell me one thing. If people remembered you as the best NBA player of all time, just a hypothetical. I mean,
Nope.
you got one thing.
Nope.
Hmm.
What's yours?
See, I've had a lot of. I just, I've thought about it. And I can't say there's nothing. I've been having. I can't believe just Weston is just that quick. Just like this is my answer. I've been thinking about this like all day, and I was thinking about saying something. I feel people are like, oh, remember that I was a good father. Like that's just a stupid answer at this point, though. Ah, man, it's not that, like I want to answer it. It's just so hard to like think about what that answer is going to be,
Man, how old was the kid who asked you that?
The kid that asked me that was a 5th grader.
Wow.
What?
5th grader. No crap.
How does a 5th grader know to ask something like that?
No, I had no idea. Like I was surprised. Like asked me out of the blue while we were sitting there, and I was like, oh, she's like, you have to say something. I was like, what? I was like, what do you want to be known for? And they just said, I want to be known for owning the biggest business, or they said, I want to be known for creating the biggest business in Drayton and making it the town bigger. Literally the answer. I'm like, who the hell is this kid? I was like, are you like
Like
who
10-year-old
wants to-
genius?
wants to be remembered for starting the biggest business in Drayton and getting booming? Like, what? The 5th grader. I was like,
This kid
There's
seems
no-
wise. For a
oh,
10-year-old.
and I wouldn't expect this kid to say this kind of stuff. I was just like,
Well, that kind of is like, how would you, if you could, okay, I got 2 questions. I got 2. If you could pick how you died, would you? That's my first one.
Yeah. Easily.
what would it be?
Gun.
Like
Oh,
a
that's-
shootout?
Like you
Oh,
like you like shoot yourself or
Yeah.
like
I don't know.
what?
Wait, hold on. Ask me that question again.
Wait, is that the way you want to die? Like
It's not the way I want to die, but like I'd go out that way, I guess. I don't know.
You can pick any way to die. Any way. Like choke on water if you want.
Or just say heart attack or die in your sleep.
Nah.
It could be like just peacefully, just die on your sleep.
Quick and painless, homie.
So if you could pick the way you die, you'd say you would shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna never ask this question again.
Oh.
Jerry, let me hear it.
I don't even know what to say after hearing that. Honestly, the way I'd want to go is I would be super old, so I've seen my grandkids or whatever, you know, I've seen them all, my grandkids grow up, live a whatever. Then I'd want to get hit by like a car. But then I get put in a coma instantly, so it's not like, but I'm in a coma, and I don't know what people feel in comas, but like I imagine those stories or comas, you're still aware of your surroundings. Like I want to be like knocked in a coma, my family all comes says their goodbye to me, and then my wife, as I want her to, just put me out of my, like just put me down, pull the plug, and the next thing I know, it's like my family said goodbye to me, and then like I'm dead, you know. It's like they put the whatever the hell, stick you with the needle, put you to sleep. I think that's how I'd want to go. I'm not saying get hit by a car specifically, but I think like know that I'm gonna, like I just got put in a coma, and then you know that might be
you know they can do that medically, right?
Put me in a coma.
Yeah, it's called a medically induced coma.
Yeah, see,
that's why more peaceful than getting railed by a car. But
okay, whatever. Hit by a car, but then I'm in a coma. It's not like I die when I hit the car.
I get it, but you're in pain until you're in the coma.
No, but I said the car instantly puts me in a coma. I didn't say
you didn't say that.
Pretty sure I did.
You said get hit by a car, go to the hospital, and go in a coma.
Okay, well, instantly get put in a coma after get hit in the car. That's the way. Weston, I hope yours isn't not shooting yourself and as weird as mine is.
Mine's probably like some sort of shootout where like I'm like saving people. So like there's like a shooter somewhere and like
I'm gonna say it again. Guy watched Yellowstone once and wants to just get in a little shootout with someone and die.
Well, I've always kind of had fantasies of like being a hero. That sounds so pathetic. No, like jump in front of like a bullet for someone, like eat it, and then just like die like that. That'd be cool. If I could pick, I wouldn't really. I mean, it'd be sad to bleed out and you know die unexpectedly, but that'd be badass. I could tell you the one way I wouldn't want to die is drowning or getting eaten by a shark. There's my two things that I'm terrified of.
Eaten by a shark, huh?
Yeah. The ocean's terrifying. That leads me to my other question.
The ocean is terrifying.
Here's my hot topic. Or here's my hot one. I've gotten heated arguments over this one. Would you rather die right now or live forever? Like forever. You watch everybody around you die. There's one right answer.
I've answered this before, so I'll talk about it after you answer.
You can go first. I gotta think.
Okay. So I gotta eat my chips here. Okay. I'm not gonna try to sway you any single way here. My thing is, I want to live forever, 100%. Yeah, it'd be terrible. Yeah, I understand. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of death. I am. Like, I'm not one that's just like, I don't want to die. It's like, I understand when I get older, whatever, but like right now when I'm young, it's like I'm scared. Like, I would not want to die right now. Like, I haven't lived any of my, like, I know you're asking me this question right now. If you asked me this when I was like 50 or in my 50s or 60s when I've had kids and they're grown up, I'd be like, kill me right now. But like, I haven't lived most of my life yet. I understand that I get to see my kids live, and then I probably get remarried and have more kids. And I'm assuming when we say live forever, we're saying that I'm basically like 20, like my 25s or like, you know, the age that I want to be forever. It's not like I keep growing older and older. Because if you tell me I keep growing older and older and like I'm 1,000 years old and I'm just like wrinkly and just like sitting there, clearly I want to die right away. But if I can choose the age that I can be for my whole life, right now, I'm saying live forever. Just because I haven't lived a life right now. Like I've went to college and now I'm just like broke and like depressed half the time. So You feel me? Jakey G, I don't know
Jake.
how you feel about it, but that's my opinion.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna say live forever.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are some pussies.
I'm not
There's
scared to
no
death or
way.
nothing, but like
So you're telling me you'd rather outlive everybody in your life, watch them all die, and then be alone and have to start all over, than
Who's
just
gonna-
die right now?
who's gonna tell their story when they pass? You know? That's honestly what I was thinking of.
They're kids.
I'll be that last homie at everyone's funeral. I thought about it already. Cause
If
I was following, or I wasn't following anyone. I saw something on Twitter or Facebook or TikTok or something that was, you think about it, you can't be to everyone's, or if you're the last one to die in your group, none of the boys are coming to your funeral, you know? And like, who's
Just
gonna
like
tell your
this.
story?
either I'm going to your funeral, but if I do, that means you're not coming to mine, and vice versa. Like
Wait,
only
what?
one of us will be at each other's funeral. And that goes for all three of us every way.
Oh yeah.
That's terrifying. I mean, that's
No,
scary.
You two can both be at my funeral.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, but like individually, one-on-one each way. Me and Jared, you and Jared, me and you.
Yeah, there'll be one of us that's at none of them. One person that'll be one and not the other, and there'll be another one that's been at two. I'm just saying, like, this point in my life where I feel like I haven't done anything, like I wouldn't want to just end it. So yeah, I understand. I'm gonna have a lot of life, but like, and I'm just thinking deeper in the question. Like I'm saying, if I could be like 28, 30 years old throughout this whole time I'm living, like my thing, Weston, though, I think I asked you this, and I said, well, at some point the Earth's gonna die. At that point, am I just sitting there by myself? But that's just thinking way too deep into the question.
No, you're
But-
dead. When the Earth explodes, you're dead.
All right. That's all I'm saying. I understand. But that
Dude.
means I get experience a lot of lovers, a lot of wives. You know, I don't know. I feel like there'd be my The thing is, I have kids, so I get to see like it's not like my family dies. It's like I get to see my
Bro,
great
you're gonna see your-
great grandchildren. Like I
Yeah,
always
those
have
kids ain't gonna care about you. They're gonna be like, "Who's this raisin?" They ain't gonna care.
They're not gonna care about the guy who can live forever. Come on, Swagless. Come on. If I'm the dude that doesn't die, I think they're gonna care about me.
Only way I do it is if I could live forever and be rich. That's the only way.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like you don't. Whatever. Screw that question. It reminds me of Have you guys ever seen the movie Interstellar?
Nope.
You know that's my favorite movie.
Dude, I just watched it on Sunday.
You're gonna
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
how he basically watches his daughter die in front of him.
Well, no, that's not really where I was gonna go with that, but it's got to be one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, for sure.
So good. I don't want
But-
to spoil too much that way, because maybe one day Jake will watch it. But was the ending confusing for you, Jared?
Oh yeah, the first time you watch it, but once you've watched it like 20 times, like I have, I understand it.
Yeah, that was good. Have you ever seen Inception by
I
Christopher
have.
Nolan? Dude,
It's
that
awesome.
one. That's a good one. That
Did
one.
you know that? Did you know that that's a movie within a movie?
Well, yeah, sort of, isn't it?
Not sort of. It is, dude. I read on it.
Yeah, there's another Leonardo DiCaprio movie or something where he wakes up on her. I don't know. There's some weird.
So in the Titanic
Yeah, it's
He
all
drowned.
conspiracy theories.
and in Inception, he wakes up on a fucking beach, bro. Think about it.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
that's
all
what
that
I've
stuff.
heard. See, I want to remember that.
That's the only part that connects. But Jared, I was gonna say you're looking kind of swole.
Oh, am I?
I thought he was looking kind of fat, personally, but
Yeah, honestly, I should probably hit the gym. I've just been munching on these Doritos this whole time. First bag of
nothing
chips
wrong with that.
I've bought in like 3 months though, so
Reggie Bullock is just playing wild right now.
but
Jared, does Kirill have his shots yet, or whatever you need?
Kirill, who?
Frieza
the-
for the Wild.
Oh, the Wild. Well, it's just the first. Like it's halfway through the first period right now. So I mean, we're still. I gotta see if my Boston Bruins guy end up. Oh, you gotta be joking my ass.
The poor Wild, man.
That one guy didn't hit it for me.
They just had to. They just had to play the Blues.
Unfortunately, but all right, boys. You know, I'm gonna. I think it's been about an hour. I feel like should cut it off here before because I probably half the people won't make it this far. I feel like I have to tell Jacob to be like cut off. Be like, you gotta listen to it until we start BSing, and then like make the cutoff there so people won't listen to this random crap. They can listen to it.
Listen to it until Weston says off the basketball topic and on to abortion.
Yeah, no crap. And then just say skip the abortion part and move on. I got one last question for you boys. Let's make it short and simple. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Chickens wouldn't kill an elephant.
Like a bunch of pissed off roosters. How many? You're not telling me. You're not telling me like a million roosters that just ganged up and started pecking at this elephant. You're not telling me, Jay, like an infinite amount of roosters are not going to kill this elephant.
I'm saying they're not killing an elephant.
Oh my, you're full of shit.
How many do you think?
How many
You know-
do you think? Yeah, I don't know.
How many I think?
I don't think
I
it's
think-
possible.
I think it'd be a million. It's not possible. It's possible. A million. It's like the Family Guy conversation. How many
Ooh, the wild
4-year-olds?
sword.
How many 4-year-olds do you think you could take until like you lose? Like it's like I think I could take on quite a few. You don't tell me the elephant's not gonna get fatigued at any point if just infinite roosters kept coming. At some point, it's gonna get tired, just die because it's tired.
All it
Some
has
point-
to do is
You
take
think
steps forward.
this monstrous fucking elephant that weighs
Okay, I'm not saying. I'm saying at some point, yeah, this elephant's gonna have to go to like this elephant's not gonna be able to stay awake constantly. Like it's gonna get fatigued. It's gonna have to lay down. You think this elephant's gonna stay awake his whole life? No, that elephant lays down. These freaking roosters are gonna be goddamn
All right.
killing this
all right,
bastard.
Jared. An average African elephant weighs 13,000 pounds.
Okay.
I'm
What's the
saying
chicken's way?
that this fucker just an average rooster typically weighs between 10 and 18 pounds. I'm saying
Roosters are freaking meat.
I'm saying this fucking 13,000 pound monster is gonna walk over 1 million chickens to the nearest watering hole.
Okay,
And then when he gets in the watering hole, they're gonna drown and die.
1 million goddamn chickens.
Yeah.
It's not like there's like 4 chickens are coming at a time. It's 1 million at one time. Do you want to know how many freaking chickens that is? Just
1 million?
surrounding this goddamn
No,
elephant?
It's 1 million chickens. I understand that.
1 million
I don't
pissed
think
off
it's possible.
roosters. You guys are so stupid.
I don't think it's possible.
Did another fifth grader ask you this question, or
Oh, okay, so I'm just saying infinite. So they just keep coming and coming. You know, the elephant's not going to go to sleep, and the elephant's just going to live.
What are they gonna do to it?
Peck the crap out of them. Roosters
at
are
its
medium-
legs? At its legs.
Roosters can fly
No, they can't.
a little bit. They can't
They
like
cannot fly up to a fucking elephant's face.
Oh,
peck its
sure they
eyes out.
could. Sure
No.
they could.
Well, they can't hold flight. They can probably fly up and get one
Yeah.
peck in, but then they'll
Yeah,
fall.
peck the damn bastard's eyes out or something. He's blind. It's game over.
Fly,
There,
and a rooster fly.
there's no way, Jared. I'm sorry. I
Oh
don't,
well, they can get up 10 to 15 feet high.
Oh, thank you. On average, so I mean, there's probably some bastards that can go 20 feet.
I don't think it's
Mm.
possible. I
I
just
s-
don't.
I still don't think it's possible either.
Couple
It's just gonna
roosters.
run over them.
A couple roosters jam themselves up the elephant's mouth, choke it to death. I mean, come on.
I'm not gonna
Can't
lie, I
tell.
don't think that's physically possible.
Bro, you could keep spawning those things for 10 years until it dies, and it's just gonna die of old age. It's just gonna run all
Oh
over
my
them, and
God.
it's gonna be able to eat them. I mean, it's over. There's no way.
Get out of here.
There's just
Yeah.
no way.
All right. Well, we can end this conversation right here.
Hold on, one more. I think the difference between these elephants and frickin' chickens is probably bigger than us and ants.
Pissed off roosters, by the way.
Okay.
Ants, what you're saying? A bunch of ants could kill us? That's like the same goddamn thing.
Do you think they could?
A bunch of ants?
Yes.
Yeah, okay? First of all, a million ants is a lot less. Yeah, I'd say they could. I'd say you put out a billion ants out there. Yeah, I'm gonna die 100%. For sure, unless you're saying, Weston,
what are they doing? You think they're gonna eat away at your skin? They'll probably give you an infection and die that way.
There's poisonous
Hey,
ants
that's not fair.
out.
Chickens aren't gonna poison an elephant.
I just said I would like. Okay, I said these ants are gonna kill me. I literally just said the chickens. I'm agreeing with the same point here for myself. I did not say that I'm gonna survive the ants.
I'm done with this conversation. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Whatever. Well, we'll end it right here. Well, boys, thank you for joining me on this not so sports podcast topic, but it was a lot of fun. Jacob will probably be back next week. We'll hop on and talk about probably more or less sports, but thank you boys for joining me today. And yeah, I guess Jacob and I will hop on next week and talk to you guys later. Peace.